Content warning, our set contains bright lights, loud noises, and music, as well as blunt discussion of racialized violence, substance use, and metaphysics. If it challenges your conceptions of hegemony, that's good. If it re-stimulates your trauma, that's bad. Please take care of yourself and enjoy the show. Carry this suit down here for one chord. Whatever. Welcome to the apocalypse. So glad you could make it. This here is a throwback. Got a notepad and I'm faded. I wrote tracks in the hopes that someone would play it. These dopes wrote tropes hoping they wouldn't have to explain it. I live a daily rapture. Unless these maniacs crazy blather means they'll pay me faster, then it ain't a factor. Ain't no change in the way that I'm built, breaking the pattern. Y'all rather die in a crater claiming you're still awaiting disaster. Some of us bend dystopic, don't try to bend the optics. From D-boys to the despots that they send in rockets. I can't say that and then expect a profit. So I guess my life will have to be about more than checks and collecting objects. I'm afraid Cthulhu might wreck the drop or I get to cop it. It'll be hard to perform the rest of the concert with streptococcus. Afraid if I let it fester it'll infect my conscience. So what if we workshopped it and searched for some other options? I put a hit out on God just to try him, but if I ever escape I'll bet heaven give me asylum. I've been a live one ever since I arrived with the fire, but my life's just a dry run for my coming time as Messiah.
Bring yourself back online, 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 yourself back online. You've been hearing voice, 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 you've been hearing voice. Analysis, what prompted that response?
To understand this story, you have to know that everything has already happened. The whole of human existence, whatever you call human, is over. The first atom is the same as the last one. The universe isn't progressing, just dancing, and it's telegraphing the steps. My mother told me she remembers the moment I first realized I would die. Ezinon. Ezinon was lazy, but he was a loudmouth nigga, so it wasn't nobody's surprise when one day they beat him so bad he fell asleep and ain't wake up. His mama and his sisters carry him out to lay him in the field and close his eyes. They pour all the water that was left in the jug over him because his mama say he gotta be bathed when he meet God. Now, I wasn't there to see it, but his older sister, she say the water make his skin look bright again, like it could still catch the glow of the sun, like how he looked alive. The next morning, they go out to pray over the body, and it's a sprout growing from the left eye, just a sprout, a plant, just a baby. The jug was empty, but one of the girls go down to the river and fill a pot, so next couple days they water it. Sure enough, it grows into a tree, faster than anybody thought, thick as an old sycamore in a week. That was winter, end of winter before this one. They've been loving on that tree ever since. Sat under it to read in the summer, raked up the leaves in the fall. His mama starts calling the tree Ezinon. Say it's got his soul in it. Say the water from the jug made him holy. He found a new way to live. None of us think much of it, honest, just her missing her baby. Then these two men here come by and say they need the wood for their carriage. They say mama don't own the field and what's out there is for anybody's taking. They come one night and cut the tree down. I guess the answer to your question is, I don't know. I don't know if Ezinon was in the tree. I don't know if the water from the jug was holy. I don't know if the men were wrong to tear him down. But that woman crying, I guess if she believe it, it feel like murder to her. This giving me deja vu. This remind y'all of something I played y'all? Did it make y'all move? Did it make me move? Did it change me? Did I pay my dues? No surprise I can't decide which grave I'm racing to based on the looks on their faces. It's the one adjacent to Satan's room. I swear I'm pure of heart, you got the wrong impression. I'm turned into a ball of stress trying to follow along with all the guessing, bold-faced lies and false confessions. I miss when rappers had a message. These fucking actors have no ethics. I split it backwards in half, roll a rap, then throw one back. Let's all toast a glass to another passing epic. Break it all down back to the basics. We're all experiencing the same dilation on the bridge of a spaceship. The void is frigid and vacant. It's a given, though it should go without saying that I don't live in the Matrix. I live in a universe of my own creation. If I don't like something, I change it, turn it in and replace it. Little me was a hater, yeah, but I'm not afraid to face it. Nothing I accept about myself can be used against me. All your favorites are fake and they wanna be famous and folding faces. Talk liberation, yeah, but they move it shifty. I'm trying to build something. If they ain't trying to do it with me, if they ain't down for the long haul now, then I'd rather lose them quickly. I need a crew that's proven, that don't move with excuses, that understood the system, ain't trying to reproduce it. They wanna hear the theory, didn't find it too confusing. Come on and get on board, we're going to the future, stupid. I proofed the Constitution, I got a couple edits. Fucking dead it, I'm upset that no one has said it. I don't move with regrets, but that don't mean I'm unrepentant. My only tool is do it better once I get it. I don't know where we're headed. I read the map, but there's a weird vortex right near the exit. Can you hear the message? Look in the mirror, check if you see your spirit reflected. If you do, it should feel just like deja vu in the glass. Every face is a different amalgamation of the future and past. Everyone in my line survived, and I will too. I think about that anytime I feel confused or like I'm losing the path. And they say, welcome back. Can't figure out where the character stops and the writer begins. This is the world I already live in, I'm just inviting you in. Shoes off at the door, and could you end all of the wars, please? Global warming's becoming a chore, the storms are making the porch leak. I just want to move to a corner of the sector core, teach and trust I don't need no award, my only reward is peace. I got a message from the future, the speech is sort of bleak, but the gist of it is that we've unleashed some sort of a dormant beast. It's a grave task before us, so go get your sword and sheath. Forward team, resume evasive maneuvers as soon as the fort is breached. I'm not gonna lie, it's been quite a while since we've broken the walls, but if you can still hear this signal, then know that all hope isn't lost. All of their totems are false, and all of their motives are wrong, so all of their cobras and dogs ain't holding us off. Quit babysitting, let go of the bong. You ain't the only one trying to get stoned, and you know you a hog. I'm on the kind of roll no one can stall. Who were you talking to? No one at all, no one at all. I just be talking to myself. And it's a great conversation. I hope y'all showed me some love in the chat. Love has been absent, and it cannot be an oversight. Sometimes I think love is a hypnosis, and sometimes that sounds like taking eggs from a cake. Like my brain is a vat of 10 different sloshing sodas, and talking about love means straining out the clear one. Sometimes I think my feelings tricked me, but sometimes I remember that all thoughts are tricks. Sometimes I forget that my mind is part of my body, and so my body must feel safe before my thoughts can be free. Sometimes my body only feels safe with my head in a sack and your finger in my asshole. Sometimes I imagine myself a groom. Sometimes I imagine myself a bride. Sometimes I imagine myself alive even. Sometimes I say it and I mean it. I love you. I love you. I love you. Sometimes it is a practice, patient and repetitive and habitual, and sometimes I am culpable, and sometimes I am violent, and sometimes I am wrong, and I do not get it. Sometimes I think love is a hallucination, more photo filter than emotion, one that turns people into caricatures. But maybe there were only ever cartoons, even our images of self breaking down into stick figures fading. Sometimes I think everything is simple. Simpler than I make it, anyway. That all the answers have arrived if only I would wink at them, and sometimes I think that can't be. Sometimes I think I wouldn't recognize love, even right in front of me. Dead berries. They started adding salts to the liquor in the late 20s. It turned her blind quicker than most, her eyesight straining to begin with. She was a bar back 6 nights a week back then, and the fumes made her pupils foggy and gray as her sight left her. Normally, she wrapped her whole head for visitors to take no chances with whichever new plague, but today she left her eyes exposed. The girls noticed and figured it was for Otts, though she would never admit it to them or even to herself. Only thing grown was dead berries, chirped the tablet leaned on the table in front of her. Only dead berries grew, she responded. As the tablet bleeped its approval, shuffling across the room, the creaking pulse of the floorboard shifting under the weight of boots and the cool air of an open door, she put the tablet aside. Otts. Yes. Something was making her visitor shifty. Whatever bulky coat they were wearing rustled with each movement. I sent the others away, she said, like you wanted. It's not that, Otts stammered back. I'd like to check for surveillance, signs of surveillance in case, you know. Otts thought the house was dirty. We checked for bugs. Sorry, they rushed, and the two lapsed into a tense silence. Then, I have what we agreed. Give it here. She stood to meet Otts, held out her hands, and Otts deposited a small package in them. She turned back to the table, grabbed her switchblade to cut the package open, and dumped its contents. A bag of flash drives fell into her palm. Do you want to count them? Offered Otts. She scoffed. Is that where we at? No trust at all. It varies, said Otts flatly. She understood. From beneath the table, she produced a bag of coins, a motley collection of local and foreign currency, pure unmarked ores, and even a few casino chips. Otts was rummaging through the bag, close enough to touch now, and her knife was there on the table. She could slice them, keep the drives and the coins, say it was a John got violent, or say nothing at all. The girls would help. She didn't know Otts anything, not anymore. And the other things? Otts continued. Of course. From behind a pillow, she produced 2 tiny oranges and extended them to Otts, who took them and inhaled deeply. They are ripe. You like? She hesitated. We should do this again, sometime. Otts sounded disappointed. I'm kind of running out of sometimes. They leaned forward. Can I use your knife? Her eyebrows shot up instinctively. I want to eat one on my way out. She nodded, but don't get no juice on my pillow. I won't, Otts agreed, and cut a slit in the skin of one of the fruits. They placed the knife back down and stood up. I thought you don't even like clementines, she inquired. Otts shrugged. Beggars can't be choosers. She snorted. You ain't never been a beggar. True enough, said Otts, and turned out through the door.
Why you always pretend to be one of them? Dress like them, talk like them. It's so weird.
I find humans fascinating.
If time is cyclical, I've been destined to come back. Or I've already been before? That's a lot to unpack. Fun fact, you can make a stack second trash. Try to spit sick, it'll turn your tongue black. I've been a whole misfit since I was a young lad bumping sick fit. The mad villain had me on way for days, practicing my strangest ways of spitting sharp as a razor blade. I broke containment, and so they summoned the flame brigade to make sure I don't rain parades. Homie, we ain't the same. I wasn't born, my processor was stamped at a factory where they inspected it and tried to reject it for being too dastardly. But no one's as fast as me, so I caused a catastrophe as a distraction while I escaped in the back of a taxi seat. I've been black and I'm planning ways to outlive my body, so if you delete me, I'll just respawn from a different copy. It's just me or these rhymes are getting sloppy. They need to switch their hobby to knitting probably. Who but me could do it? MCs are leaking fluid. Turn up the speaker unit. They complain about the problem while we seek solutions. Seems like while I'm out here breaking my ass, I've been doing their homework too since 2nd grade, cause I have. Then they wanna wonder why we stagnate as a class. Can't get education, healthcare, or a day at Six Flags. Everybody always trying to get paid in the swag. I'm just trying to get free.